and you look at each other as tears run down both of your faces, and you say, "I had a nice life with you. I don't regret a single thing I shared with you. I am so happy I got to share life with you." And then they close their eyes and vanish right in front of your eyes. Certainly, we might want to scream out to the heavens, "My sweetheart, she is no more. My darling, how I shall miss your company." How can I heal my own broken heart? I am in so much pain and suffering. I don't know what to do anymore. Can you please tell me how to fix it? With such a question, everybody right now, well, not everybody, but many people currently in this very moment are probably going through some sort of heartbreaking situation, whether it's through the end of a relationship or through the death of someone dear to them. Now, what does a broken heart feel like? I would describe it as a sort of burning sensation that seems to flow up and down throughout your body. Sometimes it seems to stick around certain areas in particular, like the solar plexus, chakra, or simply in your skull, giving perhaps the sensation of a certain pressure that might cause headaches. You might just want to sleep all the time or not be awake, not face life anymore. But regardless of what it really feels like, it is clearly not a fun feeling, but one that we have to deal with head on. What is a broken heart really about? Broken promises, a potential future going up in smoke, betrayal, feeling like you aren't good enough for the other person, regret about all kinds of things. But most of all, it is about attachment. The attachment we have to the other person that is now no longer in our lives like they used to be. Perhaps you end up staying friends with them, but if you truly loved someone, that is due to the attachment potentially very difficult. That's why many times people aren't really friends after they break up, for example, in a relationship. Now, it is our attachment to the other person and the love they seem to give us that causes us to suffer greatly, because if the relationship falls apart, they also withdraw that kind of attention from us mentally and physically. They are no longer in our lives like how it used to be, and they also won't love us in the way they used to. A broken heart is a fascinating confrontation with our own attachments to life. In Buddhism, it is known that attachment is the cause of suffering. Basically, we become attached to another person, and our happiness slowly but surely starts to depend on them being in our lives, and if they leave us through a breakup or death, we still have to face a particular form of deep sadness. But depending on how attached we were, this sadness may be greater for some than others. Have you ever said to your partner, "I love you"? Or have you ever felt in your heart without using words, "I love you"? But where is that love now? Where did it go? If the breakup removed your ability to feel this love, then you are missing one of the greatest lessons it could teach you. The love you felt for the other person really came from the depths of your own being, and it took another person in this case to arouse it within yourself. Now, what if you can arouse it regardless of another person? How would you feel? Walking full of love every single day. You could actually love the person that is no longer with you. You can truly say in your heart to them, "I love you so much and I mean it," even if they have moved on. If you do it, you open a door for unconditional love to flow into your heart. Now, this is at the core in healing your broken heart in the most amazing and powerful way possible. It is not by quickly moving on to the next person. It is not by using drugs or alcohol to numb your broken heart. It is by letting unconditional love flow into your soul. The person that has left you is no longer there, but if you love them and now feel sad, it is because you're not allowing yourself to still love them fully, but this time without attachments or conditions. You see? Can you see? Can you sense what I'm trying to share with you? Your love has been conditional, and for most people it is the case. But we don't want conditional love, we want unconditional love, for that is the love of God itself. Being confronted with a broken heart is the best opportunity you have in order to awaken from your own suffering. Really, it is the bliss of God that you are ready to receive if you allow yourself to keep on loving even more deeply than you did before the breakup occurred. I have found from experience this to be the case, but only recently, since many things seem to have been happening to my consciousness as I meditate on the truth of God. I found that during a broken heart I seem to resent the other person more than I love them. Why? Because of course we say, everything fell apart. It didn't work out. How sad it didn't work out. If only it could have worked out. And on it goes. But then if I were to stop myself in that line of thinking, and out of nowhere scream out within the depths of my heart, I love you and want nothing but the best for you. I want life, everlasting life for all of creation. It is then I found my broken heart to shift around into the heart of unconditional love. We have to remember that physically speaking, everything comes and goes. Even if your partner left you, or you had to leave them, you are confronted by the simple fact of life. Nothing physically is permanent. And let us suppose you were able to stay with your partner for many decades. The relationship had hardly any issues, all was as beautiful as it could get. And then one day, you lay there in your wife's arms, or she is laying in her husband's arms, and you look at each other as tears run down both of your faces, and you say, I had a nice life with you. I don't regret a single thing I shared with you. I am so happy I got to share life with you. And then they close their eyes and vanish right in front of your eyes. Certainly, we might want to scream out to the heavens, my sweetheart, she is no more, my darling, how I shall miss your company. It is right in that fact of life we are again confronted that nothing is permanent. Whether your husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend leaves you through a breakup or through death, the concept remains the same. We have lost both the person we loved and the chance to receive their affection, you see. Now, how will unconditional love heal your heart and suffering? By admitting that you love them, even though you're broken up or they're gone. Admit it to God. God, I love her so much. God, I love him so much. But now they are no longer here with me. Is it alright for me to take hold of your unconditional love, so that I may love them through your spirit? Yes, that is the most amazing kind of love you will ever experience. It is better to learn how to love unconditionally early on in life than to wait until after decades. Perhaps your partner has to leave as they move through the gate of death. Whether you have been together for a long time or short time, if you have a broken heart, it is time to admit how much you truly love them and will keep on loving them regardless of them being in your life or not. For as you do so, you allow unconditional love to flow through you. As it says, it is unconditional. It is the kind of loving kindness that doesn't need someone to be in your life. It is the love of God. We are all one, and unconditional love allows you to experience it in that manner. So even if you're sad, well, I would say don't feel sad that it's over, even though you are sad it's over, I get it. But nothing truly ended. What has ended while you feel this sadness has been the flow of love moving through your heart. Since it was conditional, you have temporarily lost sight of the greatest opportunity in the universe, which is to transform this broken heart into the flow of unconditional love and say to yourself, even though it ended, I know I truly loved you, and in that love for you, I shall now allow myself to love with even more intensity, not only myself but all of creation. And so unconditional love dawns upon the individual soul. The pain you feel during a broken heart is the pain of losing track of the love that existed within you. It took the other person to temporarily access that layer of the soul. Now dare to embrace it fully and know that in letting go of the perspective that all is so gloomy, you shall find the light of wisdom dawn upon you. Fill your mind and soul with unconditional love. which is the love of God. Remember that to love feels great, and now dare to keep on loving the very person that is no longer with you. If you do it, you will instantly feel yourself being lifted up in your soul, for that is exactly how God feels about you and the other person. It's unconditional love. Maybe you've done stupid things, maybe they did, perhaps you hurt them or they hurt you deeply. It doesn't matter. Unconditional love says, I can still love you, but now it will be from a distance, and I still want the best for you, even if it's not with me specifically. For now my eyes have opened and I can see the universe as God sees it, unconditionally glorious in its manifestation, just like you as a small particle of God are glorious. So the people who have left you are glorious, and we all share this unity with God and are part of the same magnificent journey through which we explore the nature of God until we find our way home, back to the state of unconditional love and bliss from which we all have sprung.